there, but it didn't work. And a good slide made by Smith. Enables Coleshill to win the ball back. Here's Leak, may try one from long range. It's a Leak. Goalkeeper was off his line, but that ball was off target. Marsh's clearance, met in the air. And United look to push on. Long ball by Rowe, it should be easy pickings for Fishwick. Bit of a push by Aaron Opoku, referee says no foul. United have got the ball back on the left-hand side of the penalty area. Here's Craig Reed, TJ's in support. Here is Tom James, Cox on the edge of the penalty area. It's laid up to Craig Reed again. Looks to get the cross in. It's Reed's delivery towards Rankin, caught easy at the near post by Hathaway. Ellen. Rankin plays a lovely 1-2 of Aaron Opoku. Chip pass, it's Aaron Opoku through. He can't get to the ball before Smith. And fired away by Hathaway. James down the left to Craig Reed. He can't keep it in. United certainly don't look like conceding 3 goals today as they did in that remarkable match against Bromsgrove Sporting, which now incidentally is the 3rd highest viewed video in CUTV history. Only 2 matches currently beat it. Those are the games against Worcester and Rugby. Over 1,120 views on that video. It's only been up for 2 weeks, so thank you so much for your support, of course. Cox has rather get his body in the way, he's taken out, and to be fair, that looked a little bit dubious. The ball had gone and Cox seemed to run straight into the number 3, Joe Cole. I'm really not sure about that one, but the referee's given a free kick. I'm sure the Reading Greens will take exactly what they can get. Well, if Coleshill concede here, they will be furious, but United have got to take advantage first. It's Lewis Rankin to line it up from the right-hand side. Who's in there? Who can get their head on it? It's punched away by Hathaway. Kyle Barnett will get onto the loose end of the loose ball. Back into the area and straight into the hands of Paul Hathaway. There goes another opportunity for Coventry United. Edmonds fires away. Rathbone picks it up. Coleshill asking for a little bit of movement in the midfield. Edmonds flicked up on the edge of the penalty area. Brennan gets stuck in and wins it back, clears the danger for now. Here's Joe Smith. Let's get you the latest scores from the Premier League matches very shortly. Well, that passage of play has ended. And the ball down the left-hand side goes all the way to Paul Hathaway. So once again, that final score in the Premier League, Everton 0, Chelsea 0. That'd be great to watch a match of the day tonight. Brighton 0, Watford 0. As a dangerous pass is blocked by Ben Valence out for a Coventry throw. Man City leading Bournemouth 1-0, Southampton 1, Huddersfield 0, Stoke 1, West Brom 0, Swansea 0, Palace 0, West Ham 1, Newcastle 1. So those are the latest scores in the Premier League. A poor clearance by Rowe. An even poorer pass from Evans, who puts out a play on the far side for a Coventry United throw. James up line for Aaron Opoku. It's met in the air by the Coleshill man, done by Rob Evans. Ball down to earth by the Coleshill man. It's only as far as Chris Cox on the right side now. Ben Vance playing out of position at right back today. Forward towards Chris Cox. Good control. Tries to bring it down. Forced down by Joe Cole. Referee says no foul. Clearance made, but Ben Vance brings it down. Not entirely convincingly, I must add. But it's now with Kyle Barnett. Barnes goes for a tumble as he is able to bring it under control and find Barnett, I should say. Ranking forced down, it will be a throw in the Coventry United on this near side. Vance plays a 1-2 with Lewis Rankin. Deflected cross. Nodded on by Aaron Opoku. Referee says no foul. Coxton Musa forced away by Time. Time was already on a yellow card, of course, but referee says it's just a foul. No further punishment needed. Darrington saying, how many are you giving them? Lewis Rankin will take it. Rankin towards that penalty area. Not entirely clear by the Coleshill man. Opoku now of Kyle Barnett. Opoku again. Blocked up by Joe Smith. Barnett across to Craig Reed, looking for the crossing opportunity. Whips it in, nodded clear easily by Rob Evans. And now it's Coleshill on the attack. A brilliant through ball by Rathbone. Giving chase now Reese Leak and slid clear by Ben Valance. Somehow it remains 0-0. Edmonds blocked up by Cox. Joe Smith looking for the delivery. Smith in the area. Forced out of play. He's taking it over the white line. Good pressure from Coventry United defensively. If anything, it's been the battle of the two defences at the moment. It's great to see people acting in unison. As soon as the 50-50 draw was announced, I saw about 50 people get up out their seats and pick out their pockets for the tickets. And a handball surely against Fishkill. Referee says no, ball to hand. Ball trickles into the box, but it's only as far as Hathaway. No free kicks ever going to be given for that against Fishwick. Hathaway clears. Fired towards Rob Evans of Coleshill Town. Up towards Smith, goes past Smith, picked up by Tom James. James brought down, referee says no fan. In fact, it will be a throw-in, I should say, on the far side, around 10 yards into Coventry United territory. 10 minutes to go before half-time. I'm taking a short break on CUTV. You can use the same live stream thread. Just going silent for around 10 minutes at the break. Rathbone blocked up by Musa, but still able to get the ball away. Tries the ball towards Reesley, cut out easily by Niall Rowe. Here's Reed playing on the left flank. United have been rather ineffective heading forward so far. Can they go without changing that? Rankin towards Carl Barnett. Run being made by Ben Valance. He's offside now, so they can't use him. Now it's still Carl Barnett. Musa switches to the left-hand side. Tom James spots Craig Reed in some space on the left-hand side. Opoku's towards that penalty area. Reed's got to try and get this pass away. Lays it off to James. A hefty cross. Not across his own goal. Aaron Opoku kicked in the face. The referee's got a decision to make, and he says no. There was clearly contact from the boot with the Coleshill defender straight into the mush of Aaron Opoku. Well, the referee has said no foul. He could have given that. He could have easily given that. Opoku's back on his feet, and we'll get going again with a goal kick to Coleshill Town, when really it could have so easily been a penalty. And Rich Morris, the goalkeeper of Coventry, giving his teammates some instructions as his opposite number one, Paul Hathaway, hoofs it clear. Met by the boot of Niall Rowe. Opoku will give chase. Will go all the way back to Hathaway. Easily brought to the feet of the Coleshill number one. Hathaway clears towards Rathbone. Gets his head on it, but only as far as Gift Musa for Coventry United. Now out wide with Tom James. James trying to find Lewis Rankin into the foot of Dainty, but his volleyed pass is picked up by Kyle Barnett towards Rankin again. Handball claims against Joe Cole. He sort of shoves Rankin to the ground, but a slide by Chris Cox takes out Joe Cole. He brings Cole to his feet. I don't think a yellow card is going to be warranted. No, it isn't. It's just going to be a free kick to Coleshill Town. I don't think Coventry United can have too many complaints about that decision. Here's Paul Hathaway now for Coleshill Town. Unopposed, waiting for the right opportunity to smash it away. There it goes. Bit of a push there by Tom James on Joe Smith. Referee says no. Reed to Musa. Pass blocked easily. Holsall to the Coleshill number 4, Edwards. So Evans, I should say. Leak. Across to that left flank. Edmonds is waiting. Chip pass. Reese Leak is the intended target. It won't find him. So it remains at 0-0. Apoku leaks for it. Not alone by Chris Cox. It should be easy pickings for Tom Fishwick. It is indeed. Finds his goalkeeper Paul Hathaway, who tries to take his way around Lewis Rankin. He's been impeded there, and the referee has said penalty. It's a penalty, Coventry United, and Paul Hathaway has only got himself to blame. And the referee's got a decision to make. He's going to the back pocket. It's going to be a red card. It's a red card for Paul Hathaway, surely. It is. It's a red card. Paul Hathaway is off. Lewis Rankin getting the ball, taking it into the penalty area. Rounding Paul Hathaway, and Hathaway just grabbing Lewis Rankin, trying to stop it when Rankin put it wide. The referee tried to give the advantage. I don't believe there's a substitute goalkeeper for Coleshill. There is no substitute goalkeeper for Coleshill Town, and Dean Rathbone, the striker, is going to take the blue jersey and going on for the rest of this match. Well, wouldn't you believe this? Absolutely incredible scenes as Craig Reed will step up to give Coventry United the lead. Only the second goal they ever scored against Coleshill. They scored once at Spinks Drive last year. 11 goals Coleshill scored against Coventry United, just one in reply. Can they put that right with a penalty kick? Dean Rathbone, the impromptu goalkeeper. Coleshill down to 10 men. The striker, Dean Rathbone, now in goal after Hathaway's dismissal. Craig Reed looks to score just the second goal Coventry have ever scored against Coleshill in 4 meetings. 11 goals scored by Coleshill. This could be the second for the Red and Greens if Reed can beat the impromptu goalkeeper. And the referee is going to give a yellow card to one of the Coleshill players for trying to edge his way into the penalty area. We will get this penalty taken eventually, I promise you. Rathbone on his line. Craig Reed steps up. And a goal for Coventry United. Craig Reed puts it away. Fair play to Rathbone, he went the right way. Not a bad way to start his line for the goalkeeper, but he couldn't keep it out. Coventry United take the lead at home to Coleshill Town, and Craig Reed puts away the penalty. And with a striker now in goal for Coleshill Town and Coleshill under 10 men, United may be able to have some fun. I believe it was Joe Holsall, the captain for Coleshill Town, who was booked. There was encroachment into the penalty area where Holsall was trying to make his way into the box when he wasn't wanted, basically. So a yellow card for Holsall and a red card for Paul Hathaway. And also, the most important thing, a goal for Coventry United. Craig Reed with a penalty, and as I've said, it's the second time United have ever scored against Coleshill in 4 meetings, compared to the 11 goals that Coleshill scored against United. Now Coleshill down to 10 men and 1 goal down. They have got some serious work to do. Barnett lobs it forward. Not clear by Evans, but Chris Cox should get to that. Sent forward by Brennan, flicked on by Valance. Opoku back to Valance by the pass from Valance not being perfect. Opoku again. Reed wants it into penalty area, but it's laid off to Chris Cox. United trying to move the ball around the right hand side, but they've lost out. Valance going to the back of Ryan Edmonds. In goes Gift Musa, wins the ball back. Musa taken out by Timon, who's already got a yellow card as well. Referee says no foul. Tell you, imagine if Coastal got under 9 men. Cox flicks it on by the head of Rob Evans. Here's Joe Smith, up line. It's gone past Leake. And of course, Coastal just lost their main striker as well. He's now having to go in goal. And Lewis Rankin takes a tumble as he tries to pick up the ball from Joe Cole. Who are pushing it up by Valance on Gio Dainty. Evans. Leak, a little bit of a back heel, only as far as Daniel Brennan. But Rich Morris makes a cataclysmic error. And Morris takes out the Coastal player. There's a goal for Coastal. And just like that, virtually the same scenario. Goalkeeper comes out, can't claim it. And the striker, well, this time the striker's actually scored. Unbelievable way for Coastal Town to make it all square. Well, the Coastal Town number 10, Reese Leake, able to give McCormick some hope in this match. It's 1-1. Well, what a bizarre way to score an equalising goal for the Coleman. I don't think they'll score another goal like that this season. Morris trying to dive down after the player had gone past him, caught Leake without a doubt. The referee sent off Paul halfway with virtually the same thing a couple of minutes earlier. It's a very bizarre scenario here. Virtually two very similar incidents and two very different results. No advantage given, no card, no penalty, nothing. But it's a goal, so Coastal now 1-1. Coventry United 1, Coastal 1. A topsy-turvy first half at the Butts Park Arena. We'll be going into added time very, very shortly at the Butts Park Arena. Coventry 1, Coastal 1. Poor control from Timon, just kicked it in. Dainty launches it clear. Nodded on by Leake. Barnett all the way back to Rich Morris, who fires it clear. And Morris, having picked up the player of the month, only really got himself to blame there. It's a very poor kick. Row over to James. Now Gift Musa. The one comment United can take at the moment is that they do have an extra player, but sometimes they can G up at the wayside. Here's Carl Barnett. Pass blocked, out for a throw on this near side to Coastal Town. Valance with the throw. Opoku holds up the challenge, tries to make his way into the penalty area. Opoku still with the ball, charged down by Joe Cole. Throw in Coventry United. This could be the final opportunity for the Red and Greens to put themselves in front once again before the break. A penalty by Craig Reed, won by Lewis Rankin, with Paul Hathaway being sent off, giving United the lead before, virtually in the same scenario, Reese Leake stayed on his feet and scored to make it 1-1. Rankin, who won that first penalty, will put it in. And a rather poor corner kick curls around the back post and out for a goal kick. So we go into half-time very, very shortly here on CUTV. Score remains Coventry United 1, Coastal Town 1. We'll be going silent for about 10 minutes at half-time. You don't need to find a new live stream. We'll be using the same one. The referee checks his watch and we'll be blowing the whistle very shortly. Nodded on by Brennan, Cox, Opoku, down to earth by Lewis Rankin. Lobs it forward for Opoku, nodded back to his own goalkeeper and caught well by Rathbone. And the substitute goalkeeper getting a bit of applause from the travelling Coastal fans. James over the head of Cox, but Gregory tries to win it back, but a kick out. It's Halsall, but the referee says no foul. Handball claimed against Coventry. The referee says yes. Handball against the red and greens. Free kick Coleshill. This should be the final action of the first half. A quick word between the Coleshill players and the referee as we get set for this free kick. To be taken by, I believe, that is Rob Evans lining it up. Evans sends it in. Now clear by Cox. Another opportunity for Timon onto the right hand side. Crossing over shooting, and Coleshill going to half time in front. It's not clear. And a free kick against Joe Smith. And that's the first half over. Score 1-1. We'll be back on CUTV in a few minutes. Welcome back to the second half here on CUTV. Today's Midland Football League Pro Division match between Coventry United and Coleshill Town. Score is currently 1-1 after a topsy-turvy first half. Coventry United are now a man up after Lewis Rankin was brought down in the penalty area by goalkeeper Paul Hathaway of Coleshill Town. A penalty was given and converted by Craig Reid, but then United shot themselves in the foot when Rich Morris was beaten by the Coleshill number 10, who rounded the goalkeeper and put it into an empty net. Despite the best efforts of Morris, actually tried to bring the player down. But we are getting set for the second half here at the Rich Park Arena. The way Coventry United are playing, a couple of tweaks here and there, they should be all right to get the win. Of course, they've never beaten Coleshill. They've never got a point from Coleshill. In fact, they've lost all 3 matches they've played against Coleshill. So a big 3 points at stake for the Rich Park Arena. Will give Coventry United the confidence to go on and put themselves back in the title picture. So starting lineups for you again, ladies and gentlemen. Paul Hathaway did start in goal for Coleshill Town, and now in goal for the Colemen is in fact the striker Dean Rathbone. So elsewhere for Coleshill, number 2 Joe Smith, 3 Joe Cole, 4 Rob Evans, 5 Tom Fishwick, 6 Danny Timon, 7 Ryan Edmonds, 8 Joe Holsall, the captain, number 10 Reese Leake and number 11 Giovanni Dainty. On the bench for Coleshill Town, number 12 Yorna Moulton, 14 James Medford, 15 James Hicks and number 16 is Luke Edwards. For Coventry United, number 1 Rich Morris, 2 Ben Valance, 3 Tom James, 4 Daniel Brennan, 5 Kyle Barnett, 6 Niall Rowe, number 7 Lewis Rankin, number 8 the captain Chris Cox, 9 Aaron Opoku, 10 Craig Reid and number 11 Gift Musa. On the bench for Coventry United this afternoon, number 12 Bobby Mosley, 14 Tommy Glasgow, 15 Jack Jays, 16 Aaron Wintz, 17 Mitch Piggin. Well, both sides will feel that they have a chance of winning this, but of course Coventry United have a man up. The referee's returned to the pitch. The floodlights are switched on. Well, the shortest day of the year has now been and gone, so we may not need the floodlights in a few weeks, and we're kicking up at 3 o'clock. We are being told that as part of the redevelopment of the Rich Park Arena, there's going to be a big new stand on the far side of the arena where the scoreboard is. There's going to be a new floodlight structure. There's going to be a big change to the Rich Park Arena. We hope this summer, maybe next summer, as the Coventry rugby team, I should say, look to push on. And they need the ground grading to go their way if they are indeed to go up. Right now, if they do go up from the National League, then they won't go. Basically, the ground isn't big enough, so they would need another ground. A new stand, I should say. That's why they're building this new stand. So hopefully, the work on that will begin in the summer. Of course, there are going to be a few concerts in the meantime to pay for it. So Coventry United getting things ready. It looks like Coleshill are now looking to shut up shop. They're going for a back 5 as we are underway. Once again, Lewis Rankin now for the Red and Greens. A sea of white. Stabs it forward, cleared by Fishwick. Towards Reese Leake, that clearance side on by Daniel Brennan. Down the way by Holsall. Edmonds, through ball. I believe he was looking for Leake, but Leake said, no, that was offside. I can't touch it. It's gone all the way to Rich Morris despite the best efforts of Holsall, I believe it was, who was chasing it. Opoku fired up towards the left by Rankin, only met by the head of Joe Smith. United have plenty of time. At the moment it looks like they've switched to a 4-4-2. They don't need that 5-man in the back formation now because they're in front, well not in front on the scoreline, but they're in front in terms of players. They've got 11 men compared to Coleshill's 10. Leake. Good pressure from Kyle Barnett. Gets the ball away only as far as Tom James for the Red and Greens. James And he had time to utilise and launches it clear. Nodded away by the Coleshill defender, Joe Cole. Poor clearance by Evans. Picked up by Craig Reed. Cox tries one, then Rathbone dives down and can't hold it the first time of asking, but just catch it the second time. TJ stumbles, it's picked up by Ryan Edmonds. Wouldn't this be a turnaround for the books if Coleshill were able to complete a turnaround with 10 men? A good chance made by Niall Rowe. And Reed hooked it out of play for a throw-in on this near side to Coleshill Town. Before United can attack, they've got to make sure they consolidate their defence. Some teams use the 10-man moniker as a blessing. So the expectation is down, they can go after the opponents with not a lot else to worry about. Ball into the area and cleared easily by Daniel Brennan. And a throw once again, another 5 yards further up line to Coleshill Town. Rob Evans plays a 1-2 with Timon. Stab pass, nodded on by Leake, headed clear. Cox can't get to the loose ball onto the right hand side. Joe Smith looks for the cross, covered up by Tom James. The cross is put in and gathered easily by the November Player of the Month, the goalkeeper Rich Morris. And now United stream forward with numbers. Rankin, through ball to Ben Valance, going to get the cross in. He's blocked off by Joe Cole, who puts it out of play for a throw on that far side to Coleshill. The pitch of the Brooks Park Arena churned up after obviously the poor weather conditions, recently the snow, the ice, the rain, and also the rugby as well. Barnett, rather scuffed cross, not the best of clearances. And Musa has taken out Ryan Edmonds. It will be a Coleshill throw. Rathbone, the striker cum goalkeeper, will boot it clear. Dainty lets it go over his head now for a throw in to Coventry United around 5 yards outside the penalty area on the far side, so Coventry United's right. Of course, don't forget to let us know on Twitter at Cov United TV who you think our man of the match should be later on in the match. Hit the like button below if you like today's coverage. Comments would be useful as well in the comments section below the video. Of course, don't forget to subscribe to CUTV on YouTube for more exclusive content from Coventry United all season, including live coverage. He has taken some time to consider his options, and he's calling over his assistant. Rob Evans, the number 4, could be about to be the second Coleshill player set for an early shower. Well, Evans trying to explain himself. Well, Craig Reed trying to get his head on the loose ball in the air. Well, the referee, in fact, has decided not to give any further punishment to Rob Evans. But the penalty could be punishment enough. Craig Reed's already scored 1 against a goalkeeper who, in fact, isn't a goalkeeper at all. Striker Dean Rathbone against striker Craig Reed. And it's another successful spot kick for Craig Reed. 2-1 Coventry United, 2 penalties successfully converted from the former Newport man. And that up and a goal up, perfect position for the Red and Greens. It's Coventry United 2, Coleshill Town 1 in the Brooks Park Arena. The Red and Greens with Craig Reed, 2-1 Coventry United. So the number 4, Rob Evans, basically Reed was going for the ball in the air and Evans just sort of, it looked like he slid in. We'll have to have a look at the footage from that because it was a very bizarre scenario, but Coventry have indeed got their lead back. Another penalty from Craig Reed. I tell you what, his spot kick's done any work. 2 successfully converted and United lead by 2 goals to 1. There's a throw now deep into Red Green's territory, level with their own penalty area after the long ball from Coleshill. Leak. Edmonds. A good slide by Niall Rowe. Edmonds is able to make the challenge and win it back only as far as Chris Cox. Timon spots some space for Dainty on the left hand side. Dainty covered up by Ben Valent and Gift Musa. He's in a sea of red now, Dainty. Options on the penalty area. Here's Ryan Edmonds. How they could do another spectacular from Edmonds. They're not going to get it though. Cleared by Barnett. Musa forced to the ground by Giovanni Dainty. Referee says no, it's an off the ball incident. Cole. First time volleyed pass by Smith. Fishwick. Sent forward by Timon. Sent straight into the advertising boards behind Rich Morris's goal. Now United have got their lead. And really looking at it, on paper, it should be a United victory. But guys, you well know, in this funny game that we call football, matches are never won on paper. The lights are taking over as the sun sets. United looking to pick up not only their first win against Coleshill, but their first point against the Common. They've never got anything other than a defeat against Coleshill Town. 2 defeats last season, 1 defeat so far this season. Halsall. Dainty tries to turn on the edge of the penalty area, back here towards Halsall, and Kyle Barnett able to make the block, but it's still come to Halsall, the captain. Joe Cole, Halsall again, and offside given against the Coleshill skipper. "55 minutes of normal time gone here on CUTV. Live coverage of Coventry United versus Coleshill Town in the Midland Football League Premier Division. Live and exclusive on CUTV, of course. Don't forget to join us on Boxing Day this coming Tuesday, which I believe is a 3 o'clock kickoff, as Coventry United take on Heanor Town right here at the Butts Park Arena. If you can't make it, you can listen to it on CUTV and get exclusive video highlights of this match, as you do every other match and every other ladies match as well on CUTV within 24 hours of the final whistle. Musa able to shrug off the challenge of Reece Lee, cleared by Kyle Barnett. Opoku nods on, picked up by Rob Evans, pass blocked by Craig Reid, of course, his own hat-trick, of course, and he's shoved down from behind. In fact, the referee's given a free kick against Craig Reid for handball. And the referee, in fact, has called up on Smith for grabbing at Craig Reid. Reid trying to slow up play. To be fair, Reid shouldn't have done that, but in fact, he's calling over Reid rather than Smith, and Craig Reid's going to get a yellow card. And the referee telling Rob Evans to shush. Doesn't want to hear any more of his opinions, and the referee, in fact, giving Craig Reid the benefit of that. He could have easily got a yellow card, not just for for holding onto the ball, but also for handball. I think Reid's got away with that one. Evans clears towards that penalty area. Goalkeeper comes out, turned away by Kyle Barnett. Edmonds tries to lob Rich Morris. He's lobbed the fencing, lobbed the car park, and some poor sod's windscreen has just been reduced to smithereens. Someone get some catch fencing behind there, seriously. The bills we're going to be getting at the end of the season are going to be astronomical. There's no substitutions at the moment for either side. Coleshill, we've got a couple of players warming up down the touchline. Morris clears. Poku nods up. Cox. And Timon blasts it against Fishwick's chest. They do have the ball now. Here's Halsall, the captain. Sliding in goes Daniel Brennan. And Coventry United have given away the free kick, but the Coleshill players not at all happy. The initial angry reaction from Timon against the Coventry United defender, Daniel Brennan. He quickly calmed down, but his teammates still weren't happy. It could well be a yellow card. It is going to be a yellow card. So Daniel Brennan on his Coventry United debut gets a yellow card for the challenge on Timon. The first United player to be booked. Ryan Edmonds, who we know has got some special stuff in his locker. We saw one of those amazing goals in the reverse fixture a few weeks ago. For Coleshill's sake, he's going to hope that he can pull off another spectacular goal. Oh, you bet he can! A remarkable free kick by Ryan Edmonds. What can you say about that? That was simply amazing from Ryan Edmonds, the second amazing goal that he scored against Coventry in the last 2 matches. 10-man Coleshill refused to die. It's Coventry United 2, Coleshill Town 2. Well, we know United have still got a lot more to give, but they've got to give it now. Half an hour of normal time to go. They've still got plenty of time. They could do with getting Mitch Piggin on, to be fair. Here's Kyle Barnett for Coventry United. Blasts it off the back of Reece Leake, who scored that first goal for Coleshill. Their first equaliser. It's going to be a throw-in now for Coleshill Town as Kyle Barnett puts it out of play on that far side. And tell you what, a good kick from the car washer on the far side as well. Someone give him a contract. Coleshill Town looking to get themselves a third goal, put themselves in front into the area, cleared by Chris Cox. Valence back to Cox into the area, blasts it clear. Now here's Owen Opoku, who after a great game against Bromsgrove hasn't really done all that much in this opening hour. Rankin takes a tumble, still finds Tom James. Pressure from behind by Joe Smith. Laid up now to the new signing in Niall Rowe. Tries to find Opoku, who's met in the air by Fishwick. Opoku brings it down. Lewis Rankin, Aaron Opoku again. Picked up by Rob Evans, fires it clear only as far as Kyle Barnett. Nods it on towards the captain, Chris Cox. Brought down to earth with the head of the skipper. Chips it towards the right, only as far as Dainty. Clearance once again, only as far as Kyle Barnett. Rowe. Now Tom James. Opoku gets a bit of a push in the back. Referee says no. United have got the ball back anyway. Rankin caught once again. The referee says no. It's going to play on this near side for a throw in their Coleshill. Both appeals look pretty soft, but there was contact without a doubt. It will be a throw in level with the Coleshill penalty area on this near side. So Coleshill's right. It wouldn't surprise me if Coleshill put everyone back and just try and consolidate this draw. Evans. Across to Joe Cole, playing at left back this evening for Coleshill Town. Now it's Giovanni Dainty, covered up by Ben Vance. Tries to skip his way past the impromptu right back. He's put it down the left-hand side, stripped out of play through the hole in the advertising boards. The car washer / ball boy maybe needed it again. In fact, no, Carl Barnett's going to go and fetch it. He's not getting double pay for that. Tries to take the throw in a little bit further away than where it was supposed to. Well, try 40 yards further away than he was supposed to. The referee then asks him to take the ball 5 yards further forward. Well, it's certainly a start. It's much closer than the last one, as Gift Mooser is taken out now by Hulsell. He helps the Coventry United number 11 to his feet. Still no sign of a Coventry United change. Is Terrenson confident that the Red and Greens can ensure a victory with the 11 players that they've got? Of course, I do have some attacking players on the bench, including Aaron Winton, Mitch Piggin, Tommy Glasgow as well, Jack Jays too. Rankin send this one straight into the heart of the Coleshill box, nodded clear. Musa can't get to the second ball. And a nice little back heel by Leake. And now Coleshill are away. It's a cracking through ball. And now here's Reece Leake with a bit of space, forced towards the right hand side of the box, maybe a little bit too far for him. Leake across the face of goal. Player goes tumbling over. And United have got the ball back. Craig Reed. Bit of arm pulling there from Joe Smith. Shirt pulling as well. But great back heel by Craig Reed to ensure United retain the ball. Rankin slides it over to Reed. Now inside Coleshill territory. Craig Reed lobs it towards that left flank. Towards Aaron Opoku. Blocked well by Rob Evans, who chips out a play for a throw on this near side. 25 minutes to go. Remains at 2-2. Great game. James sends it in. Reed beaten in the air by Fishwick. A job finished by Timon. This is opposite number 6. Rowe to Brennan, the two new signings with another 1-2. Rowe. It was a great pass for Reed. Now here's Aaron Opoku. Reed on the edge of the box. Trying to find Opoku again. Blocked by Fishwick. Here's Ryan Edmonds, taken out by the Coventry United defender Niall Rowe. Now we can see now some Coventry United substitutes preparing down the touchline. Mitch Piggins, one of them. Jack Jays and Aaron Wint there too. So certainly United preparing some attacking changes. Ball sent into the Coventry United penalty area, nodded up and out by Ben Valence. Here's Tom James. Bit of space to work with on the left flank. He's being closed down by Edmonds now. And look at that, just swipes away from the goal scorer. There's a neat ball over the top of the defence, a little too far for Lewis Rankin to give chase. Rathbone clears. In all fairness, he hasn't been the worst goalkeeper that I've seen this season, so fair play to him. He may be a striker, but he's done alright so far. Vance uses his strength to shrug off the Coleshill man. Aaron Opoku beaten to the ball by Joe Cole and takes it around Ben Valence beautifully. Valence in fact got a touch and takes out a play for a throw on that far side. Smith out sprints James to the ball, out muscles him as well. Crossing on from the right hand side, may take the corner, he doesn't put it in. And nodded clear by Brennan, but Vance can't clear it, and Coleshill have made it 3-2 with a low strike, beating Rich Morris. Reese Leake with a second. Well, how are Coleshill doing this? 10 men down. They've looked second best for the majority of this match, and still the Colemen will not lie down and roll over for Coventry United. And Reese Leake has completed a highly improbable turnaround for the Colemen. Coventry United 2, Coleshill Town 3 at the Bucks Park Arena. James launches it towards Lewis Rankin, met in the air by Fishwick. A bit of miscommunication in the midfield allows United back onto it. Craig Green across to Carl Barnett. This game is far from over. Barnett loves it towards the box, a diving header from the Coleshill defender, and the job finished up by Ryan Edmonds. Brennan to Niall Rowe for Coventry United. A chip pass could add easily. And Musa illegally blocked Reese Leake, and Musa's going into the book. And there is going to be a substitution for Coventry United. Mitch Piggin preparing. The referee allowing Coventry United to make that change now. Who is it? It's Tom James coming off. So our formation change for the red and greens. So Tom James replaced by Mitch Piggin. So Ben Valence will now switch to the left-hand side of the defence with Carl Barnett on the right. We have Niall Rowe and Dan Brennan at centre-back, which will enable Poku and Piggin to lead the front line in what looks like it's going to be a 4-3-3 with Reed, Musa and Cox in central midfield. Free kick to be taken. Look at that, the Coleshill player moaning about how far Piggin is away from the ball. I don't think he's going to make any sort of impact from there. And neither will that free kick, cleared by Barnett. And the pass towards the left flank by Ryan Edmonds. It's a very poor one, now to play for a throw-in. 20 minutes to go in the Brooks Park Arena. Let us know your CUTV man of the match suggestions on Twitter at Coventry United TV. We're making our announcement in 10 minutes time. Here's Ben Valance, switch to the left-hand side of the fence now. Chip pass, it's over at Poku. It may fall for Mitch Piggin, it might have done. Out comes Rathbone. Good pressure from Fishwood to keep Piggin away from the ball. Thrown deep into United territory, quickly taken by Barnett. Brennan across the Rowe. Rowe clears up line. Piggin keeps away from Fishwood this time. Piggin with a rather aimless ball towards the right hand side, and it should be easy pickings for Giovanni Dainty. He'll keep it in. Lays it off to Joe Cole. Back to Rathbone. Just trying to put him under pressure, and he's blasted that one clear. Very composed goalkeeper, despite the fact he's not a goalkeeper at all. Barnett sends it forward. Chris Cox will give chase. United have got to go for it now, and it's a good catch by Rathbone. The penalty area belonging to Dean Rathbone after the sending off of Paul Hathaway, the goalkeeper for Coleshill Town. Both Coventry United goals coming from penalties. Reed across to Carl Barnett. Right now it just looks like Coleshill are trying to keep United away from that penalty area and just consolidate the lead that they already have. It's a poor pass. Joe Cole picks it up. Pressure from Chris Cox. Cole down the line to Dainty. Fires it clear. Coleshill repelling everything United throw at them at the moment, but giving the ball straight back to United and allowing the Red and Greens to push on once again every single time. And a poor pass once again, this time by Rowe. And now Coleshill. And a slip by Rowe. Coleshill Town could easily get a fourth goal here if it wasn't for a poor cross from Edmonds. Leet was waiting to get the far post, but it will be a corner to Coleshill. I think that was, it was Brennan who made the block. And Aaron Wint's going to get on. Aaron Wint being called from the bench to prepare for action. The former Coventry Spinks man who will face his former club next week. Of course, the Coventry derby, Coventry Spinks versus Coventry United, coming up on CUTV on the 30th of December. Oh, the blocked on the line by Rich Morris. Coleshill claiming that it had gone across the line. Referee says no. United are in trouble here. Not only are they behind against 10 men, they're looking a little bit shaky at the moment. Rathbone's clearance. Nodded on by Halsall. All the way back to Myers, but United have got some serious thinking to do. Right now, they're being showed up by 10 men. Barnett racing down that right flank. Into the box for Chris Cox. Brought down to earth. Referee says no penalty, no appeals from anyone but Chris Cox, really. Valance on the left side. Keeps it in. No, he doesn't. It's out of play on this near side. Good pressure made by Halsall. It's going to be a change for Coleshill. That is the number 15 for Coleshill Town. That, I can tell you, is James Hicks, and he is a defender. So Coleshill looking to consolidate this lead. James Hicks coming on. And coming off is the goal scorer, Ryan Edmonds. So midfielder, forward defender, Ryan Edmonds off, and James Hicks on. So James Hicks comes on for Ryan Edmonds, and that is Well, the change that Coleshill needed to make, really. They've got 10 men. They don't need another goal as long as they can just sit back and consolidate the lead that they have. But Coventry United are in the opposite boat. They have to fight, they have to push, they have to go for another goal. And they are going to bring on Aaron Wint shortly. It looks like Jack Jays may be coming on too. So United giving it everything they've got. Coleshill just saying, right, we'll shut up the shop, we'll take this, thank you very much. There's a throw-in deep into United territory to Coleshill as Wint prepares, and okay, does look like Jack Jays is getting ready too. Wint is definitely coming on. And the change is it going to happen now? No, it isn't, I believe. We're going to wait for a little bit now. Throw up line, Hicks is being chased. Corner kick. He was being held there by the Coventry United defender. Well, Coleshill Town could really put the game to bed. We have a fourth goal here, and who would have thought that they'd do that? With 10 men, Coleshill have looked more than comfortable, more than composed. And they've been clinical when given the opportunities. Corner swung in, brought down to earth. And not cross-over opportunity now. Leak, not clear by Barnett. Holsall tries to get the shot away, blocked. And cleared well. And Coventry United will make the change now. Who's coming on? It looks, I think it's Aaron Opoku coming off, is it? But no, that's a number 8. That's Cox coming off. The change is not going to happen yet. In fact, Jack Jays is coming on too. So Wint and Jays to be introduced very shortly, but not just yet. As United continue to defend. Coleshill hoping for a corner, and the Coleshill player screaming at the referee, sending the ball, gone off Barnett on the way through. Didn't look like it did. And the United coaching staff telling the referee they wanted to get the subs on. It's not going to happen just yet. The referee, I don't know whether he's ignoring them or just didn't hear them. Cox nods up. Down the left by Joe Smith. And a good slide by Rob Evans. But that won't deter Coventry United. United have got the numerical advantage, but not the advantage on the score sheet. That lies with Coleshill. Piggin. Craig Reed, good pressure by Timon. Lays it off to Musa. Space out wide for Kyle Barnett. Rankin's with him, as is Musa. Musa takes on Timon. Of course, Tom's going to be careful. He's already on the yellow card. Rankin may try one. He does, and it's well saved by Rathbone. And there's going to be another Coleshill change too. So 3 substitutes about to come on. So for Coleshill, it's Jorna Moulton, the number 12. Again, we still wait for these changes to happen. And I tell you, poor Roy Evans, I say to him announcer, he's trying to make heads and tails of it. And a good challenge by Barnett to take it away from Hicks. Now we'll get the changes. Will we? We will, yes. We will get the changes. So the changes of Coventry United, Lewis Rankin and Aaron Opoku off. So Wint coming on for Rankin with Jays on for Opoku. So Jordan Moulton is going to replace. They're going to make it now. We're waiting for the. It's Giovanni Dainty coming off. Right, so there's 3 changes once again, ladies and gentlemen. Try to keep your heads around that. For Coleshill Town, Jordan Moulton on for Gio Dainty, the number 11. For Coventry United, Lewis Rankin and Aaron Opoku off, with Jack Jays and Aaron Wint coming on. So with approximately 15 minutes to go, United made all 3 changes. And the Red and Greens hoping to get back into this match because they are currently 3-2 down against a side with 10 men. Moulton's cross met in the air by Chris Cox. It's still alive for Kozo, a poor clearance by Brennan. But a good challenge made by Cox to take it away from the Kozo attacker, and Brennan's clearance straight into the straight into the Brussels sprouts of the number 6 Timon. I had to get a Christmas pudding in there sometime, didn't I? New balls, please. I think it might be a little bit too late from the central area after Santa asking for them, but you know. It is now with Rich Myers. I'll tell you what, it's good that we can smile on a day like this, eh? Here's Ben Valance, takes on Smith. Up line towards Aaron Wint. Reed in the centre. Give Musa space on the right hand side for Kyle Barnett, but Musa will keep on going. Give Musa space on the right for Barnett. Here is Kyle Barnett. Referee says play on for Musa was fouled. Now Craig Reed playing in the midfield, lobs it towards the penalty area. It's Chris Cox. Good pressure by Fishwick. Handball claims against Moulton. Referee says no, and Moulton clears. Well, the objective now is simple for Coleshill. Stack everyone back. Defend this lead. They've got 10 men. They don't want another goal. They don't need another goal. They just want to make sure they finish this game at 3-2. And they throw in for Coventry United as Valance puts out a play off the foot of Joe Smith. Piggin shields the ball on the left flank. Cross put in towards Chris Cox. Cox stumbled. He wouldn't have got there anyway. Hicks beaten to the ball by Gift Musa. Musa pulled down by Smith. Free kick Coventry United. United's resident set piece taker Lewis Rankin's gone off. But Rankin's getting off. I don't know whether he wants to come back on. And there will be Jack Jays, I believe. Jays, the secondary set piece taker. Craig Reed standing over it as well. If he's just giving him a few pointers, is he? No, it is going to be Craig Reed. So Craig Reed lining this one up. Jays offering a short routine. Is Reed going to go for it himself? Reed lines up towards that far post, punch clear by Rathbone. I tell you what, Dean Rathbone has done himself proud in goal. Fair play to him. And Rathbone's actually gone down injured. He's hurt himself. And the physio called over, and Rathbone seems in quite a lot of pain. I think he may have landed awkwardly. And of course, being a striker, I'm not having to deal with those sort of situations on a regular basis. He's not trained to land properly when leaping to clear the ball. So Dean Rathbone is currently injured. Looks like some sort of, I think it's an ankle injury. He seems in some considerable discomfort. It is indeed an ankle injury. You can only hope that it's nothing too serious. But Rathbone does not look in a great deal of comfort. Well, while this is going on, I'll take you through some latest scores from whatever's happening away from the Butts Park Arena, starting with the Premier League. I tell you what, there's a fair few goals going in, apart from at Goodison Park. Everton 0, Chelsea 0, that's the final score from there. Brighton 1, Watford 0, Manchester City 3, Bournemouth 0, Southampton 1, Huddersfield 1, Stoke 2, West Brom 1, Swansea 1, Crystal Palace 1, West Ham 2, Newcastle 3. Crikey, decent game at the Olympic Park there. In the Championship, Bolton 1, Cardiff 0, Derby 3, Millwall 0, Fulham 2, Barnsley 1, Leeds 1, Hull 0, Preston 1, Forest 1, QPR 1, Bristol City 1, Reading 1, Burton Albion 2, Sheffield Wednesday 1, Middlesbrough 2, Sunderland 1, Birmingham 1, Wolves 1, Ipswich 0. In League 1, final score, Northampton 1, Blackburn 1. Latest scores, Wimbledon 2, Bradford 1, Bristol Rovers 0, Doncaster 1, Charlton 1, Blackpool 0. Oxford, hey, listen to this, Oxford 0, Wigan 7. I tell you, I'm looking out for the highlights of that match. Where else are we? Peterborough 3, Bury 0. Plymouth 4, Oldham 1, Rochdale 1, Walsall 0, Rotherham 2, MK Dons 1, Scunthorpe 2, Southend 1, and Shrewsbury 2, Portsmouth 0. In League 2, of course, Coventry City already played yesterday. They beat Wickham by 3 goals to 2. Accrington